What up, y'all? Coach Vassar, thank you for joining me with OTF Audio Daily Beats. As always, appreciate you tuning in and listening to me talk about these workouts. If you find value in them, information is in the description to support me. Appreciate all who have. If you have any feedback, let me know. We are going to break down Thursday, November 6th. This will also repeat on Saturday, the 22nd. Power on the treads, endurance rowing, power on the weight floor. Talk about the 2G, talk about the 3G, and then wrapping it up and get you on out of here. So key concepts today on the treads. It's all about power. Same with the floor. We're going to see 12 all-outs on the treads, decrease in rows that finish in a 100-meter sprint, and floor work that takes you from unloaded to load to explosive. Okay. Benches, dumbbells, straps, they're all going to be used today. So be very mindful about the space. Tread side, we're going to start with a 23-minute and 45-second block. Definitely one of the longest tread blocks that we have ever done. We're going to start with a 90-second push into a 90-second base to prime the body before we go into those 12 all-outs. They're going to be broken up into different rounds of work, and what we're going to see is 3 rounds. In round 1, we have 3 attempts of a 1-minute all-out and a 45-second walk recovery. After that third all-out and 45 walk recovery, we immediately go to round 2, which the all-out is now for 45 seconds with a 1-minute walk recovery for 4 attempts. And then the third and final round, it's going to be a 30-second all-out with a 90-second walk recovery for 5 all-outs. So 3, 4, and 5 to hit their 12 all-outs for the day. The goal today is to maintain the intensity within the round. So for whatever duration, hit the same speed, gear, incline, what have you. And then when we move to the next round and the all-outs get shorter, let's bump it up. 2 reasons. 1, it's shorter. 2, more recovery every time. This is a day where you really want to harp on performance and the definite things of the heart rate response when it comes ups and downs, peaks and valleys. All right, so yes, they have the 45 seconds, they have a minute walk recovery, they have 90-second walk recovery. Ideally, in a perfect world, members take the full 90 seconds, especially in round 3. But at the same time, if members feel like they don't need the 90 seconds and they want to get back to base, they could. But that's an opportunity for maybe some off-mic education for those members. Because a lot of times they feel like they cannot go any faster. And in that case, there's an opportunity for, well, how can we make it harder? How can we make it more intense without going quicker? Move your feet faster by going up incline, right? When it comes to the bikes and striders, obviously they can only go so high on gear before they start to see those RPMs drop under 60. So definitely really be mindful of any bike form, especially if they're getting out of the saddle. We don't want to put too much pressure on the knees, so make sure they're not shifted all the weight on the handlebars. Their weight in the hand should be very minimal. They should really be just hovering off that seat if they are trying to hill climb with high gear and keeping those RPMs at least 60 or greater. Okay. Starting out with that 1-minute all out, of course, 2 miles an hour above base, power walkers 10 plus on the incline. So lots of up and downs, 3 rounds. When we go into the next one, it's shorter. Could we add 0.1 or more? Could you add 0.5% or more? Could you increase your RPMs, not necessarily increase gear, to increase your wattage on the bike and strider? All right. That's really about it. So it's going to be a lot of repetition from you. Saying 3, 2, 1, all out, 3, 2, 1, walk. So really give, a supporting acknowledgement for the members who are tapping into that orange near the end of the all outs. They'll see it kind of coast for a little bit, and during the walks, it'll start coming down. And then right as they start the all out, it will keep going down for about 10 to 15 seconds before it starts gradually picking up. So there's always that delayed effect when it comes to heart rate response on these peaks and valleys, right? So of course, it's not like they hit the all out and immediately they go to orange, because that's not a good sign for the heart. It should be a gradual build. It should be some muscular work before the heart has to start working harder to catch up. Okay. There you go. So 90 push, 90 base to get them moving, and then 12 all outs. When we look at the weight floor, block 1, 10 minutes and 45 seconds. We're going to do unloaded, load, and explode. We're going to see the return of the strap shoulder press. definitely a very unique movement. So if you have not done this movement in the past, one, look at the exercise library because there is a setup video for that from the 2024 Momentum. And then also look at the VBA of how they perform that exercise in that position here. They press out and then come back down. Really be mindful, it is a core exercise as much as shoulder stability. Okay, so a lot of ab activation, tight hips, 2 counts up, 2 counts down. Then they'll take it to a seated Arnold press. So with that lower position here, that allows them to drop deeper into it, get a little bit bigger stretch before they press and rotate, and then all the way back down. And then power push-ups on the bench, okay? Because it's a lot of shoulders, triceps, they should need that recovery as they're trying to be as explosive as possible for as many reps as possible for that power push-up. What I would recommend as far as options go is if they are not able to get off that bench, focus on tempo. Good range of motion, come all the way down, 2, 3 counts down, tap the bench with right there at their chest, and then drive off hard, okay? If they're only able to get here and then press off, they're not getting any true benefit of that. So make sure they get all the way down and then come back up. Drop down to their knees, but still maintain good range of motion in the upper body. After that, then they go into the bench bridge, which is body weight. Shoulders are on the bench. So wherever they are on that push-up, they just flip over, keep facing the same direction, or feet are on the same side of the bench at least. And then after that, they have the two-handed single deadlift for 8 reps, and then the hip hinge swing. Okay, knowing that they go from the deadlift to the swing, I would recommend different weights for a majority of people. Partly because of fatigue, partly because of grip, especially with the 50, the 60, the 70, 80 pound dumbbells. If you have the older style, the really big round head ones, if people are worried about their grip, you could always put a mini band around it. Makes it a little bit easier to grab. If you have the newer style dumbbells that have the hexagonal shape for like the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, those are kind of awkward to grab. And my recommendation for those is actually do the hip hinge swing by grabbing onto the handle rather than the dumbbell head. The other thing you could also do is take the swing out and do a tempo deadlift. So 2 counts down, 1 explosive count back up. So they still keep that power focus, but dumbbell is staying in line. Then there you go. They'll repeat that for 10.5 minutes. Perfect world, they'll probably get 2 rounds in, maybe 3 if they are taking adequate rest. If they take minimal rest, 3, 4 rounds, right? But we want to be explosive, powerful, definitely catch your breath after every exercise. Now, for the second block, this can be ideally done at the rowers. You'll demonstrate it at the weight floor so they can grab their weights and then take it over. We're going to start with a 400-meter push row, and then they will go into the front-loaded neutral grip alternating reverse lunge. So dumbbells are here, 12 lunges on each total, 6 per side, and then alternating upright row. So 1, 2, 3, 12 total, so 6 per arm. Good opportunity to kind of like fatigue the midline, fatigue the shoulders, and the legs. Every round they're going to decrease their push by 100 meters, and then after they finish round 4, they have the choice of either row or the exercises until the finisher. And the finisher will be sprinting a 100-meter all-out row. They have 30 seconds to complete, which most people hopefully finish in around 15 to 25. When they're done, they rest for the remainder of the 30 seconds. A little bit different, unique finisher than what we've seen in the past. All right, looking at the 3G, we're going to see 1 long block on the treads, followed by 2 blocks on the floor and the rowers. For the tread side, it's going to be set up the same way. You have a buy-in, but now it's a 1-minute push, 1-minute base. We'll have 2 all-outs in round 1, 3 in round 2, and then 4 in round 3. Same idea as the 2G, so can they maintain within the round, and then when we go to the next round, increase the intensity knowing that it's shorter with longer recovery. So 1 minute all out, 30-second walk, twice. 45 all out, 45 walk, and then 30 all out, 1 minute walk. Because the recoveries are substantially shorter, the increases may not be as drastic as what you would see in a 2G. Now, when we look at the rower, we're going to do a very similar thing for the first block, 400-meter push row. They'll have a Y-bell in that goblet rack position for alternating reverse lunges for 10 total, paired up with an overhead alternating march in place. So now from here, they'll just press it overhead and then march in place. Every step is 1 for 10 reps. And same thing, they'll get through their 4 rounds as they decrease the row by 100 meters, and then either row or wide bell exercise. At the end of that, if they actually choose to row, I would recommend wipe down your Y bell, rack it up, because you don't need any weights for the second block. And they're going to be timed up with the treads when the treads go into the all out for round 3. Okay, so the rowers are going to do the same thing with a 30 all out and a 1-minute recovery row. Because they're moving nonstop for 5 minutes, the goal is to maintain all out intensity. So after about 3 to 5 strokes during that 30 all out, what are their watts? Can they stay as close to that number as possible, right? I recommend 3 to 5 strokes because obviously that first stroke will be a little bit lower, the second stroke will spike a little bit, and then the third one will kind of level out once they kind of found their rhythm, right? And then can they keep that there? 1-minute recovery row, minimal leg drive, let those watts be like single digits if anything, and very easy movement. And then they crank it back up. They have a total of 4 all outs. Now for the weight floor, block 1 is block 1 from the 2G. So shoulder press, Arnold press, push up, bridge, deadlift, and hip hinge swing. Rinse and repeat, rest after each movement, push up, swings, as many reps as possible. Block 2, a little bit different. We're going to see 2 hops to an alternating side squat jump. About that. Let me, I have no idea what that is, so let me pull that up real quick. I should have done that earlier. My bad. But this is going to be timed up with the treads and the rowers. So they'll see that movement, and then they'll go into a 1-minute low plank, and then they'll repeat that over and over and over. So the movement itself, once I get the exercise library pulled up, let's see. I wonder if it's even in here. Hops to alternate inside. All right, let's see what this movement looks like. Okay, so hop, hop, step out, squat. Hop, hop, step out, squat. Yeah, very interesting movement. Obviously, somewhat plyometrics and lower body work, so this should get their heart rate up. And then when they hit that low plank, core activation, but it is their active recovery. So starting on the ground, hop up, down, up, down. Once they land, one foot steps out into a squat stance, squat. They come back in, then hop, hop, the other side. Cool. Thank you for joining me on that journey of figuring out what the hell that was. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Once again, we're going to see this movement, this workout on Thursday, November 6th, and then again on the 22nd, which is Saturday. Any feedback, let me know. Coach you down.